just wanna be her, from your mom to your pop to the beat to the bird, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team.
Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Denver Broncos. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, he might be a little jumpy as well. It might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up first and 10 at their own 26.
59, Mike, 59, Mike, check, let's go.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there, and that'll make it third down.
Brings up third down and 7.
Set, ready? 8, read. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Go. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Throwing his lock on third down. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's first and 10 at the 44-yard line. On first down, right back to Lindsay. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a second and 11. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the Nerds
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down.
Ready. Black, 52. Let him know. Green, triple team.
Now a first down carry by Jones. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 40.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Second and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The tally there, minus 2 yards. Brings up third down. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down.
Right here. Let's go.
Jameis to throw it. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
Brings up second and 10 at the 8-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready. 8-3. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Ready, go.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
18 games. Let's get this.
Now this time, Locke will throw. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
30 base.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. They find some open field here. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play there on the screen pass. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Locked to throw on 2nd down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos push further out in front. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point up and through. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. On first down, Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Winston. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Now this time he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
He's going to take a shot for the end. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at the 40. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Following the interception, Winston toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Let's go. 10-2 saw. Look at me. Zipper.
Hey, I'm coming.
Hey, Foxtrot. Snap.
To throw it is Locke. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Bradley Chubb, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing, Winston. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. If he gets us away, it's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
Mike, check. Go. Come on. Check 59.
Here's Lindsey. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Josh Jones in on the stop.
No gain on the play.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry. And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Throwing now is Locke. Open man is Ross, complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though. 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're indeed going. It's Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Get it.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll go again with Lindsey. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
To throw on 3rd down. Locke. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back.